Hello, hello. This is probably the earliest I've done a video in a long time. It's fucking 11 o'clock, but I always sleep in pretty damn late, which I should. I mean, I don't have work today, so I'm kind of just chilling out at the house, making some videos for today. But what's going on, guys? GZTV back with another video. We have about 3 YouTube videos to get out today. 4? Yeah, 4. We have this. We're going to review El Camino, which I know El Camino review. That doesn't seem right because I'm done with the Breaking Bad but I'm not done reviewing the Breaking Bad episodes. So, with the El Camino review today, just wait till you watch all Breaking Bad and the El Camino movie to check that review out. I know it's kind of out of order, but I watched it, and I kind of want to get that movie review out of the way and get you guys my thoughts. If you've watched the whole series, cool. Go to the El Camino review. But as of now, we are talking about The Boys because this is the semi-finale of the season, because I think we are getting a season 4. I think they did announce that not too long ago. But yeah, here comes a candle to light you to bed. So episode 7 of The Boys season 3 starts with Ashley spinning Starlight's confession as baseless lies, which of course Vought is going to try to do to kind of get themselves out of a terrible situation. You know, one of their superheroes is like testifying against them, pretty much telling the public like how bad of a company they are, yada yada yada. She claims Annie is just covering up for being aligned to Kimiko, and for now, that seems to work. So meanwhile, Huey, Butcher, and Soldier Boy all convene at the Legends place. You know, the guy they talked about, at the beginning of their mission to get Soldier Boy. After regrouping, the gang center on a guy called Mindstorm. Now, Mindstorm is an interesting character. He kind of gets introduced in this series, and he has a crazy like power. I don't know. It's really cool. He has a cool ability. Soldier Boy warns that they need to close their eyes if he tries to make eye contact given his powers, or else you go into like this endless dream void and you most likely will die from it, like from being in the dream. That's kind of his power, and I think it's really cool. It's an interesting power, and the show's done pretty good at that. So on their way to Mindstorm's place, Soldier Boy knocks a tripwire, causing an explosion. So Mindstorm, obviously, I guess he has some like traps in the forest because maybe people were pulling up on him and stuff. I'm not really sure. Unfortunately, when Butcher opens his eyes, Mindstorm is right in front of him. Oh gosh, like really bad timing. Butcher tries slamming his eyes shut, but it's too late. So pretty much for the entirety of the episode, until the conflict is resolved, Butcher is like in this dream state. A lot of PTSD-inducing memories. I mean, so Butcher ends up stuck in his own perpetual nightmare, one where he's forced to relive memories of his past involving his abusive father and his brother who tries to help him. So he has a very abusive brother and a very supporting brother, kind of a little more of Butcher's childhood, which we've gotten quite a bit as of late. I think it's really nice, a really good touch by the creators of the show to kind of give us some backstory on why Butcher is the way he is. I mean, a lot of bullies, a lot of dickhead people do root from abusive fathers, and that is the case for Butcher here, kind of. And his brother, there's some pretty emotional scenes between him and his brother. So yeah, the only way out is for Mindstorm to reverse what he's done, but Soldier Boy has written Butcher off as salvageable casualty and claims there's no way back. So we kind of think for a moment in this episode, oh my god, Butcher is going to die from this. And it's a cool way for Butcher to go out, but I'm sure it's not a way that Butcher wanted to go out if he was told that he was going to go out that way. So out on the street, a nun and priest asks Soldier Boy for help in fixing his car. So kind of like the situation where like Butcher, Annie, and what's his face were dipping out of that like mental health facility, or that like superhero facility that was posed as like a mental clinic or whatever, and they see civilians on the road. That's kind of what this scene reminds me of. Instead, he brandishes a gun and shoots them both, claiming that the pair have been brainwashed by Mindstorm. So they were pretty much brainwashed into thinking their car's broken, that they need help, and that someone's going to come and help them, and it's kind of a trap by Mindstorm. So this guy's a mastermind. We kind of figure that out. I mean, given the nun jumps at Huey, it would appear he's right, but either way, Huey is very shocked by this occurrence. So elsewhere, Homelander heads off to visit Maeve, who's still alive and being kept in a holding cell in Vaught's basement. So obviously they're stowing her away and making it seem like she's missing or something. Um, yeah. Maeve is incredulous when she notices him wearing concealer, covering up a big old bruise across his cheek. So she's like pretty much clowning him. So you're like, oh my god, Homelander, you're wearing concealer? Really? Maeve refuses to give up any info about Butcher and the boys, claiming that she's not afraid to lose her power, she's not afraid to die, she's going to risk her life for this cause. Unfortunately, Homelander has other ideas. He's keeping Maeve alive so he can take her eggs and breed their perfect kids. So this whole time, I forgot about this. So this whole time, Homelander, like, dating Maeve and stuff, it has been real. Like, he wants her to have his kids. He wants to have more superhero kids in the world. Because obviously he's a very evil entity, and he wants all these kids to, like, take over the world. And he's going to live forever, so they're going to be taking over the world with him, crazy enough. So Homelander continues to spiral out of control, going off script and giving a press conference. He talks about Annie and how she's a wolf in sheep's clothing and how the media aren't reporting on what she's really doing, which includes trafficking kids. We don't have any proof of that. I'm not really sure about that. Yeah, okay. Kind of a weird accusation from Homelander there. Homelander cuts himself short when he sees Soldier Boy in the crowd, a recurring motive that continues to rattle him. He's like, oh my god, Soldier Boy is still alive. We need to get rid of this guy. So, obviously, that's going to be the big fight in the episode of Soldier Boy and Homelander. Now, they've kind of hinted at that throughout the last couple of episodes. Them having that big fight at the Hero-gasm, which I can't believe I'm saying that right now. But, yes, they fought at a Hero-gasm. So Victoria Newman catches up with Homelander afterwards and decides to take advantage of his vulnerable state. Like, she realizes that he's not in a good place right now. People are going after him, and it's kind of a mess. She tells him to get his act together and suggests they work as a team. So Victoria's kind of trying to blackmail him into being a team so they can take out Huey and Starlight. Pretty much is her mission, her part of the mission. If Homelander can help her out with one small favor, she'll do the same for him. So Kimiko and Frenchie anyway, or no. As for Black Noir, he's hiding, reliving memories of the past through some trippy cartoon graphics. Now this was very interesting. Like the cartoons, like, it kind of reminds me of what Butcher's going through, but obviously through a different medium of like cartoon. I don't know. It's really weird here. Sorry about that. He's encouraged to be brave and finish what he started regarding taking out Soldier Boy. So now he's getting encouraged to kind of hop on the side of the boys and not necessarily betray Homelander. Or no, I'll go against the boys. Why did I say the boys? The boys have nothing to do with this storyline. So be on Homelander's side and take out Soldier Boy. So he has his different motives of taking out Soldier Boy. Homelander's taking out Soldier Boy because he's trying to come back and replace him. And Black Noir has a little better motive for this. So Kimiko and Frenchie head off and stay at MM's place with Annie. Kimiko wants to use Compound V one more time. Obviously Annie's there. She has connection with the Compound V. She was a part of the 7. When Frenchie finds out, he urges her not to, pointing out she has her freedom right now. She can be a normal person. She can kind of live a normal life. No one will look at her as a threat anymore. And they're pretty well off where they're at. So, he's kind of encouraging her not to do anything. So Kimiko, though, has had an epiphany of sorts, deciding that her powers are not the root cause of her problems. She wants her strength back so she can protect Frenchie, which is very, hold on, let me see what happens when I put this over here. Oh, perfect. Nice. Okay, cool. That looks better. So she has a pretty good reason. She wants to protect Frenchie. That's very understandable. As for MM, he speaks to Todd, who has been brainwashed by Homelander's chatter about Annie, and how she's trafficking kids. When Todd eventually tells MM he's a bad father, he snaps and punches the guy in the face. Dude, I have not liked this Todd guy since he's kind of been introduced into the series. I have not liked him at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy, he's just so annoying sometimes. I don't know why Monique chose him over fucking Marvin. I don't know. The trouble is his daughter is right there and watches him do this. So his daughter, it kind of creates a rift between the two because he punched her stepdad. I don't know. I don't know why her daughter supports that guy anyway, but it's all right. It's whatever. Annie heads off and steals the compound V from Voss, so she decides to help Kimiko. On the table happens to be numerous notes that hint towards there being big side effects to the septum. The serum, not septum. On her way at the door, Homelander stops her and encourages Annie to recant her statements and speak to the press. So really, Annie going back to the Vought the Vought headquarters was very, very risky, as you know, Homelander's there to thwart her back, and yeah, she refuses to do so in the midst that she's not scared of Homelander anymore. Not a lot of people are scared of Homelander that are in the cause. They know his weaknesses. They know if you take his power away, he's not going to be very happy. The thing is, Starlight happens to be recording all of this live, and it catches Homelander completely off guard, claiming they were rehearsing lines. So he tries to make a little excuse, but obviously Starlight's fans were not having it. We're just going to call her Annie now, because she's technically not Starlight anymore. So Soldier Boy and Huey make it to Mindstorm's house. Huey teleports Mindstorm out and manages to save Butcher from his nightmare, encouraging the guy to trust him. So Butcher stays alive, which he is he's almost becoming the main character at this point. Like, honestly, there really isn't a main character just because the storylines are so fucking scattered throughout this, and I love it. But I think Butcher's starting to become like a big character, and he has been for a while, but I don't know. Only Soldier Boy catches up after Butcher regains consciousness and snaps out of his nightmare. The crazed soup pummels Mindstorm to the skull repeatedly, killing him outright. I think that was good of Soldier Boy to kill him. I don't know. So, that night, Annie rings Butcher and warns him that Temp V has side effects. And, like, when you're watching this scene, you're like, oh my god, Butcher's not going to tell Huey about this. Like, he's going to be a liar. He's going to be a corrupt individual and just keep it to himself. But, specifically, it causes lesions in the brain if you take 3 to 5 doses. She urges him to tell Huey and warn him too. Instead, Butcher tells Huey they need to grab more Temp V and finish the job. So, he does stuff in a Butcher way, like, as expected. That night, Soldier Boy rings Homelander with a shocking reveal. It turns out Soldier Boy actually ejaculated into a cup in the past, which Vogelbaum used to make a kid from. And that kid, none other than Homelander. Dude, it's fucking funny. It's like a very satirical, very appropriate thing for the show to leave an episode off of. And it's the best way they've done it so far. That is so fucking funny. I loved that they did that. I couldn't wait to get through that detail. And obviously, spoiler review. We spoil everything we watch in shows. So, oh my god. The shocking reveal at the end that Soldier Boy is actually Homelander's father is massive and could well recontextualize this whole fight going forward. So a father-son duel now, we look at it as. Not only that, but the Temp V is actually lethal, and by count, Butcher and Huey have taken it at least 3 times. So now they're pretty much fighting for their lives. They're risking getting brain lesions. This would explain the black gunk coming out of Butcher's ear, possibly the development of a brain lesion. It's not looking that good for him. He might die this season. You never know. Meanwhile, Kimiko makes a big decision and chooses to take Compound V again after realizing that her powers aren't the root cause of all her ills. That's a nice way of showcasing just how far her character has come this season, and her arc has been one of the better parts of this story. Her just getting a very important role and her having like plenty of screen time and moments to kind of display her character. It would appear that Black Noir is going to be a big part of the finale after being absent for much of the season, and the ending seems to end that everything is gearing up for one heck of a fight, and I'm excited. However, realizing that Homelander and Soldier Boy are blood relatives means this conflict has just got a whole lot more messy. Could we see the pair team up together? If that happens, there really would be no stopping them. And that's interesting. That is definitely an interesting one. I don't really have much to say. I think the twist at the end was one of the best they've done so far. And yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be reviewing El Camino next and probably making my Far Cry gameplay video. So yeah, I have no work today, so I'm just kind of